This was kind of an interesting aftermath of the event, that you realize that, and maybe it's always the aftermath. You realize that history belongs to art. Really, that we take a photograph of Iwo Jima, and that's the way the flag is raised over Iwo Jima, whether it was or it wasn't. There's the image of it, and in this is Flight 93. We tried to use as much source material as possible. And there were people we knew who had transcripts of conversations with passengers on Flight 93. I think that there were about 8 of them, and I took a tour, basically through California. Although I did also stop in New York. I was visiting New York at the time, and stopped and talked to at least a couple of people in New York and New Jersey. So, and after I'd collected the research, some people gave me Elizabeth Wainio's mother, and Dina Burnett, who was Tom Burnett's wife, gave me actually transcripts of conversations that they'd conducted over the period of the half hour that they were in touch with people on it. And other people I taped, and these were transcribed, and then basically all of this went into the section of the film that was on the plane. It was very important, and I approached it the way I would approach any other project, really, which is I wanted to get to its essence, what I felt its essence was. People I really identified with most, and I know this is really peculiar and about me, were the people on the ground who were trying to figure out what was happening, the controllers, and some of the relatives. I felt their confusion. You realize how much more impact you have on history than you would imagine you had. I don't know whether it's good or bad. I think it's always happened. You take a look at the Trojan Wars, and we know the Trojan Wars through Homer. You take a look at if you consider the First World War. There are a few First World War buffs out there, but basically All Quiet on the Western Front and Paths of Glory are what college students know of the First World War. The Second World War is known to us essentially through the raft of war films, most of which were propaganda films that were made about it. I think that simply what happens. I don't know whether it's good or bad, but I think that basically the line is set now. I don't think that it can be really tampered with.